This lesson discusses installing XAMPP on Linux. We will now move over to a Linux machine and have a look at the installation process. The first step is to move over to a browser and open up the XAMPP.org website. The XAMPP.org website redirects to www.apachefriends.org with the language which is detected from your browser. As we've seen previously, there are a number of different choices for operating systems. In this case, we are going to choose XAMPP for Linux. Moving down the page, you can see the installation steps: download, installation, starting, and testing. There's also some README material which gives you information about security, advanced start and stop parameters, and other information. The installation steps are as follows. Step number 1, download the software. As you can see, there are a number of different choices. XAMPP for Linux includes everything that we need: Apache, MySQL, PHP, Perl, and a number of other components. There is also an upgrade package and a development package. For our purposes, we will go ahead and download the XAMPP Linux package. As you have seen, this package is 80 megabytes in size. Depending on the speed of your connection, this may take some time to download. Linux will typically give you the choice of opening up the file directly in an archive manager or saving the file. We will go ahead and choose the option of saving the file. We then proceed with the download, and once the download has completed, we will then be in a position to move on to stage 2 of the installation. We have now completed the download, and we are ready to move to stage 2 of the installation. Let's go back to the instruction screen and have a look at the next step. So as you can see, in the next step, we would go to a Linux shell and log in as the system administrator using the command su. We would then extract the downloaded archive file to the OPT directory structure. Let's now go ahead and open up a command shell. The command required to open up a command shell will vary depending on your Linux distribution. In this case, we are using Ubuntu Linux, and there's an icon which can be accessed, which opens up a terminal window. We can now switch over to the administrator user by typing in su. We then need to locate the downloaded file. As you can see, there is a previous version plus the current version, which was just recently downloaded, XAMPP-linux-1.8.1.tar.gz. It's important to recognize that the version numbers will continue to increase, so it is very likely that the version that you are downloading will be a more current release. We will now continue with this command. So we'd say tar xvfz, specify the location of the file, and specify the -c option and the destination, which is OPT. The extraction will then be performed, and that's it for step 2. So XAMPP is now installed in the OPT LAMPP directory. We are now ready to start the XAMPP system. The command is simply OPT LAMPP and again LAMPP and then start. So moving back to our terminal window, we are now ready to start. LAMPP start. You'll notice we are now starting Apache, MySQL, and also an FTP daemon. If you see any error messages, you would need to review the installation and see if there were any specific problems that you may have encountered. In order to perform the test of the XAMPP system, we would now go to localhost. So we type in http://localhost. As you can see, the installation was successful because we are now seeing what is referred to as the splash screen, which takes us to the starting page for XAMPP. We would then choose the language which is most appropriate for our situation, and we now have the starting screen. This concludes our discussion of installing XAMPP on Linux.